Welcome back. It's been a while since we posted a video, and since we're coming up on kidding season again, I figured I better get one out. At least telling you guys who is going to be in the kidding lineup this year. We have 9 does that are confirmed bred by a pregnancy test. We do blood draws on our girls. There are other ways to do it. Here's a couple clips of how we draw the blood. It's not that hard to do yourself. So drawing the blood is 10 times easier if you have a friend to hold the goats. I was doing it by myself, so it was a little harder, but as you can see, you are able to do it by yourself if the goat cooperates with you. So anyway, we got the results back. We use UBRL. I really like them. The prices are good, and the tests have been really accurate for us, so I like to use them. So starting with the mini Nubians, since only 2 of them came back bred, we have Babs and Birdie. Babs is on the left, Birdie is on the right. They were both bred to Fenris. So their kids will all have chances to be blue-eyed, polled, and have moon spots. It is a bummer that the other 2 minis didn't settle, like Hestia here and then Betty over there. But at least with Babs and Birdie, they are our 2 best milkers out of the minis. So it kind of works out there. Babs has had triplets and twins, and then Birdie has had a single and twins. And then let's see who's next. So I'll do these girls by group who they were bred to. So we have 3 that were bred to major. And that would be Sylvie and Atari up here. And then also Sky, who is the chocolate one hiding back there. But she has really, really good lines behind her. So kids out of her mixed with major, who also has good lines, are going to be really great milking goats. And all 3 of them have the chance for silver through major. And then Sylvie's kids also have the chance for moon spots because she does have 1 for sure little moon spot on her. But otherwise, the kids are going to be brown-eyed and they will be horned because none of them are polled or blue-eyed. So no chances for that there. The next group is going to be Cloud's girls. Cloud was bred to 4 of our does. Cloud is our new boy. He is blue-eyed, polled, moon-spotted, and he is a silver. So he almost has everything. He's just missing the milk lines in his pedigree. So he's pretty much just flash. He doesn't really have the lines. But we did pair him up to a couple of girls that have good lines to kind of make up for that. Nikita is not one of those. She has a little bit more going on in her pedigree, but not a ton. So Nikita, Beretta, Tango, and Foxy were all bred to Cloud. Their kids all have the chance to be silver, blue-eyed, polled, and have moon spots. All of these girls themselves have moon spots. Nikita is also blue-eyed. But these 3, Beretta, Tango, and Foxy, have really good milking lines behind them. So if we get flashy kids out of them, they're also gonna have the pedigree behind them. Especially Beretta here. She has really, really good lines. So we're excited to see what kind of kids they will have. Nikita will be a first freshener. Beretta will be a first freshener. I think Foxy's gonna be on her 5th freshen. I'd have to look. It's gonna be 4th or 5th, I believe. And then Tango will be a 2nd freshener. Tango has had twins. Foxy has had twins and single. And then I forgot to go over them, but Atari's gonna be a first freshener. Sylvie would be a first freshener. And then Sky is gonna be a 2nd freshener. I think she had a single last time. For the girls that didn't settle, we have Yumi. Yumi was bred twice and still came back into heat a 3rd time, and she was gonna be outside of my kidding schedule range. I don't really want them kidding too far into May this year, so she did not get rebred. She is open. Dixie is the little chocolate one right beside her. Dixie just never came into heat, so she was not bred at all, which is fine. She's a yearling. If she has a year off, not a big deal. Fern is one of our new girls. She is Jed's full sister from the year after. Really, really good lines. She's blue-eyed and she's polled. But again, she never ever went into heat. Before I got her, a buck got out and was with them for a minute, so she was possibly exposed at that time too. So I did draw her blood and send it in, and she came back open. Rin here did get bred, skipped the next heat cycle, so I thought she was for sure gonna be kidding for us. But about a week before I was gonna draw the blood, she had a giant heat and was at the fence wagon. So no kids for Rin either. And this tiny one right here, she did not get bred for obvious reasons. She's too small, way too young. She's one of Major's daughters that I held back from the spring. Betty was that other one that didn't settle. She was just like Yumi. She was bred twice and still came back into heat and then was gonna be too far out of the kidding range for me to rebreed her again. So she is not in our lineup this year either. So this breeding season, I did try putting them with the buck for a shorter amount of time just to see if that has any effect on anything. And I think that's why we are getting these girls not settling on the first try or even the second try. Normally I would leave them together for the entire day. I think leaving them together for most of a day is the way to go because they were settling a lot easier doing that. But anyway, that is who's going to be kidding for us and who isn't. I'll put all the due dates in the description so you guys can keep an eye on those. I'll see if I can make another video in between now and kidding season, but not a whole lot happens with these girls. They don't really have any changes going on until they're 3 to 4 months in. And our furthest along one is Sky, and she's only 70 days right now. But yeah, that's who's kidding, and if something interesting happens, I'll make another video. Otherwise, the next one you see is probably gonna be right before we start kidding.